I invite you to close your eyes. And today's meditation is connecting to the field, the collective consciousness of which we are all a part. You can't help it because, like gravity, you don't have to think about it. It's ever present and ever affecting us in the way gravity does. And so is this chamber, if you will, of thoughts that are emanated, that are thought by people, past, present, and future. So that the vibrations of all the thoughts that have ever been thought before and all the thoughts that will are being thought now are creating this vibrational field where these frequencies, there's a whole range from the highest and the best, the most loving, to the most dark and fearful um, thoughts. So this whole range exists, and we are a part of it, willy-nilly, whether we like it or not. But the good news is that we can affect it by always being very conscious of what we are thinking and sending out the good vibes. And also, even the better news is that when we send out a good, loving thought into this field of frequencies, a higher level of frequency, vibration, can neutralize multiple layers of negative thought processes. And the other thing we must keep in mind that everything that is created on this earth starts at the thought level, at the imagination and thought level. So if there is a lot of dark, fearful energies out there expecting some terrible things to happen and how we will be taken out of our comfort zone and out of our safety, it is likely that will be so unless some wise people start countering that by adding to the field loving thoughts, higher imaginations, and goodwill for the world, the people, the planet itself. So on this day, which is Earth Day, and since we are together, things always magnify when done in groups. We will take this opportunity to connect ourselves to the field with the highest and the best of our intentions. And there is a wonderful little technique taught to us by the Heart Math Institute, which says, if we bring our body and our breath into this process, then we're in perfect alignment with both the earth and the field and each other. And it works even better. There is a simple 3-step technique to this. The first is calming the breath down into an even rhythm. And they found that when we hold the exhalation just a tad longer than the in-breath, it does something to our body. It kicks off all the parasympathetic connections, and our metabolism starts to slow down and we can relax. So we will start off by focusing on our breath. Let's take that first easy and deep breath to the count of 4, 3, 4. And as we release, we slow it down to the count of 6, 3, 4, 5, 6. And breathe again. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to encourage you to adjust that rhythm of the breath to your own comfort level. Just keeping that exhalation just a tad longer than the in-breath. That's the first step, is the breath. The second one we want to do is heart focus. What we will do, we'll place our hand on our heart, maybe just a little finger, because this is heart coherence. We are reminding the heart and the breath to work in tandem with each other. So when we touch any part of our body, our attention immediately goes. So when we place a hand on our heart center, on the sternum, the energetic center above the sternum, which is our heart energy center, is in focus. So we'll keep that even breath and focusing on our heart. And now we are going to create a heart feeling, which is a feeling that is of love, that comes out of love, and an intention which asks for the highest level of happiness for everyone. And one of the easiest ways of doing that is just thinking, remembering something, someone, someplace that we dearly love, something that we have experienced and have absolutely loved and continue to love. And that is our go-to place when we need some solace, some comfort. Could be our children, could be our puppy, could be a sunset, could be watching the rain. Anything, anybody, any place that just simply tells you, oh, life is so good. So we have the heart breath, heart focus, and the heart feeling. And when you are in this space, know that this loving feeling that we are feeling right now is the vibration which is adding to the collective and raising the vibration of the collective to a loving space. And we are going to expand this space to include all the people that are in our immediate circle who do with some love and comfort. Just imagine that they are here around us, feeling this vibration. from wherever, and they may be at a good place, which is wonderful. We are just adding to it. But if they're not, if there's some fear, some resistance, some anger, some discomfort, know that just by our presence, our thoughts, our intentions, this loving feeling that we are holding in our heart, it is affecting them. They may or may not know or realize, but the science remains exactly the same. The whole, the vibration of the whole is rising as we keep it, holding on to it. Now we will expand that circle to include a larger population. Think of all the people out there who are caught in this polarity of good and bad, and we and they, up and down. The future is going down to hell in a handbasket. There are lots of people out there who are feeling that way, who are fearing that life will go down the slippery slope out of control. There's a lot of fear. So let's acknowledge that as we take the next few breaths and we keep that warm, loving feeling of our heart strong and steady. We are going to include these folks. We don't even know who they may be. But anyone who is willing to receive a little loving comfort, and as if we're embracing them with our energetic field, let's hold that thought, that feeling, that vision. And as we do that, we expand it for ourselves. This is a prayer that goes to the source energy and reflects back to Earth multiple times. This is a selfless act of love. There is nothing we ask for in return. It's just that we know that when we thrive, the whole world thrives. When more people come into this space, these vibrations, they magnify. They create a better world for all of us. We are going to expand our field and include all our animal friends and birds and creatures of the wild who are suffering from the floods and the fires and the changes in the climate that they have never experienced before and are filled with foreboding and doubt and fear. Sending out loud, loving thoughts, keeping our breath steady, keeping our thoughts steady, and our intentions strong. expanding our universe even more to the plant world. All the trees and the shrubs and the little plants at the root of survival, humankind, of the animal kind, sending out love of the highest order. Ease. And bringing to our minds those plants and animals that we love in our own little circle, in our gardens, in our indoor decorations. The family is one. Before we conclude over here, we will take a few more deep and easy breaths, remembering at any time the way we are feeling and the thoughts we are thinking add to the field. Remembering to be aware when we are slipping down that slope ourselves and getting anxious and fearful. Just this little 3-step technique: heart breath, heart focus, and heart feeling can immediately restore us. The mind may try to take us into the future and fill us with gloom and doom, but the mind doesn't affect the future. It can only go by our experiences of the past. The heart has a magnetic capability of affecting the electromagnetic charge for the future. And being a part of this world, the more of us take this on and operate from this space, the greater is the chance that our future will be as we intended. Thank you, thank you, thank you.